everyone, welcome back to Cowabunga Corner Reviews. In this episode, I'm doing something different. Yes, I am. I am reviewing a journal. This is done by the company Entertainment Earth. Entertainment Earth has been making quite a few products here and there that I really like, including Venture Brother toys. And now they got Big Bang Theory products. I love the Big Bang Theory. How could this go wrong? It can't. So, yeah, I'm going to check this out. This is the Big Bang Theory journal, and it is the Comic-Con exclusive. Comic-Con. And I love the saying that they have right on the cover of this. What happens in costume at Comic-Con stays at Comic-Con. Now, I don't know how many of you guys actually watch the Big Bang Theory, but I do. My favorite character is Leonard out of the four main guys. I think he's funny. He's the one who's kind of understands what's going on around him and is trying to live his life and enjoy it, but at the same time not be too different so that people can understand him, while having to put up with his roommate Sheldon. And they love to wear costumes, they love games, they love comic books, and they go to Comic-Con every year. Now, in real life, they really do go to Comic-Con every year. Their panel is so packed, I've never been able to make it into their panel. I have seen Leonard in a different panel before, and I'm like, hey, look, it's Leonard! I'd love to have gone to your actual panel, but I couldn't. Instead, I get to review this journal. It's actually in a plastic wrap. And it's like, this is not a toy, don't leave me in cribs. The bag is supposed to be trash. But I'll be putting the journal back in the bag when I'm done looking at it to keep it safe. And the bag has the awesome exclusive sticker attached to it. The journal has a nice sturdy cover. It says the Big Bang Theory on the back as well. The smaller writing, it says the Big Bang Theory TM at copyrights Warner Brothers Entertainment Inc. S13. On the front, we have the four main guys right here. There's Leonard, there's Howard, there's Raj, and there's Sheldon. And we got the Big Bang Theory logo up here. We have Raj saying, what stays in costume at Comic-Con. Yeah. And you have the actual Comic-Con logo right on the cover here, so people remember that this is a Comic-Con exclusive. Then you have theories kind of written out like they're on a board behind it. Inside, we have graph paper. The journal is using graph paper. So you have little squares for your lines. That's actually very, very cool, creative, and different. I was not expecting that when I opened it. I thought for sure I'd just see the normal lined paper for a journal, but no, it's graphs. You can have fun with this. You can actually use it as a note paper. They do kind of show that it's a graph paper here on the cover, but I really did not see that coming. And on the side it says the Big Bang Theory in big letters. It doesn't say journal, so if it's inside a bookshelf, nobody knows that you have a journal hidden on your bookshelf. I want to do the paper test, and for me the paper test is testing different things on the paper to make sure that it doesn't go through to the next page, so you can see if this is something where you're going to be using ink pen or markers. Of course, everyone knows they can use a pencil, so we're going to start off with the pencil. How well does the pencil come up on here? Now I use this pencil for sketching and most of my normal type of sketchbooks. So it's a pretty decent pencil. It's nothing big. It's just a number 2. Office Works 0.7 mm pencil. We're going to write right on the top here. And don't know if you can see it that well on the camera, but it comes out very clear. Pencil wrote on it very easy. There was no real smudging or anything. Worked out just great for me as I would want it for a journal. But if I'm using an ink pen, because we're going to be checking back and forth to the page behind it, I'm going to write on another line here. Oops, accidentally wrote on to the next page over. The front page is a little bit in, but that's normal with a book anyhow. I just was not thinking when I was writing. The lines just led right into each other. But got the second line in here. And still, it's writable on the back. Now with the pencil, I don't fill anything right there, but with where the ink pen was writing, I definitely fill the indentations. Then for the big test of any, I'm a person of Sharpies. When I'm sketching or making notes, a lot of times I have a Sharpie on me. My bags, I'm always ready for autographs. When I'm drawing, I usually grab up a Sharpie for the main outlines. It's one of those things that I just keep around. If it bleeds through, that doesn't mean that it's a bad, horrible thing. It just means that you need to have a paper in between if you're going to use a Sharpie in this journal. And that's what I do in a lot of my sketchbooks anyhow, because I buy sketchbooks all the time where the Sharpies go straight through. But this is a test. Now for simple writing, that went on just fine, but it did bleed all the way through to where you can read it backwards on the next page. So this is not something where you're going to want to use a Sharpie in too often, but it kind of looked that way anyhow. But if you're making charts, let's say this book is fantastic for making charts with how they have their lines in here, their little squares, their graph lines. So let's say you're going to make a chart and use a Sharpie. We want to see if you're applying more pressure, if it's going to bleed onto the next page, if you need to bleed through in between paper or not. So that's the test I'm going to do here, since the other one was just a writing test. But now let's say I'm going to actually be applying the pressure and I'm making a graph. Okay, I used two different colors of Sharpie, so you can see both right there. It's like a graph, you know, one's doing better than the other. And then when we go through, it bled through onto the next page. It did bleed through. This just means that you need a bleed through paper if you are planning to use this for graphs. But it is a journal, not a graph book, even though it's perfect for it. I could see using this in school. If I was still in school. It's fun. If you're a fan of The Big Bang Theory, it's comical. It's something that could be a conversation starter to say, oh yeah, I watched this show. I recommend it. I definitely recommend this book. I don't recommend the Sharpies to it, obviously. But otherwise, this is a fun journal that anyone can enjoy who likes The Big Bang Theory. We will have a few other products from Entertainment Earth coming up, and hopefully keep going with them because I love the company, I like what they do, and I love to be able to show people just how excited I am when their new products come out. This is one of your non-TMNT reviews, but a review showing other things that I enjoy. And I hope to see you guys next time here on Cowabunga Corner. Cowabunga! Bazinga!